Monday, June 20th at Ellicott. So a lot to talk about today. First off, we started to define our driveway. The original gravel trucks would come in here and they would just dump, and then their load would go, and we'd have a round circle that was 35 feet diameter. We started to clear up and a defined edge, 12-foot driveway. And over here, this was all brush before, so now we're trying to grow grass here. So we defined this, mixed all the gravel into the dirt here. You can see I actually planted grass seed and it's taken off. Wow, it's only been like a week. That's awesome. But this is our swale, so we need this for drainage, but you can see it gets messier up here as we go, so still some work to do. You can see I have my spray paint here, so I'm now measuring 12 feet off this line to get this line, and you can see how it's not very defined here. So I have to get more gravel, put it right up on this line, and then take this gravel and mix it in with the dirt, and then we have our dirt and we have our gravel. And then this will continue up for a little while. I don't really have the time to do the rest of this up here right now. Of bigger fish to fry, but it also creates privacy for Matt over here. So probably a little more crushed stone has to go here up the driveway, and I have to define this a little more as well with my 12 feet. But the intent is not to put a lot more stone on here, because this will be topped with a nicer stone at the end once we have a house. So one thing to talk about as we're walking up, this is crushed concrete, 6 inches and below. It's good stuff, it packs well. I got a quote for river bank run stone, which is a little cheaper at about $270 per truckload. I'm paying about $350 a truckload. That's 20 tons about. But that doesn't have the fines that this does, and I don't think it would pack as well. It would look nicer because it's not crushed concrete and pieces of metal, but I think this is a better base. So I think I'm going to continue to use this for the remainder of the driveway. This got filled in a little nicer. Still some cleaning to do here, but again, the intent is this is no longer my construction area down here. It's moving uphill. So right now we're about 300 feet up, maybe a little more, 350. Got a Connex. So this was delivered last Tuesday, so 6 days ago. $2,000 delivered from Cleveland. 20 foot. Standard Connex. The sides are kind of bowed a little bit, but that doesn't bother me. But it's nice to have an area to put everything so it's dry and secure at the end of the day. So it's the lawnmower, and we talked about this weed eater before. I got a brush blade, Renegade blade. It works pretty well in conjunction with the string trimmer portion right there. And here's all the adapters that came with this kit, which was $50. So all said and done, I mean, we're talking like $50 for this kit for all these like parts and pieces. This thing was $300, and then the blades were another $50. So we're in about $400 at this point. Wonder if it would have been better to just get a $400 string trimmer and not have to do all that. But anyway, chainsaw's going good. I'm wearing these more. These are those cut chainsaw resistant cut pants or yeah. Okay, so moving on up, we got a camper. So the camper was Monday, so a week ago. I drove to Olean. This was $3,000. I was a little upset with it at first because it had some water damage, but now, you know, it's pretty good. It's a 2000. It's about 20 feet long, Camp Light Ultra. The fridge is a propane fridge, AC and DC. The propane is, the whole fridge is still acting kind of funny. But it's actually pretty nice in here. Katie and I slept here this weekend, both Friday night and Saturday night. And it's actually, it's pretty nice. So for $3 grand, I actually took a shower in there, I replaced the valve on the back of the toilet. That was like 25 bucks. So not too bad. So this is the park. This is what we've been working on. This is kind of where we're just chilling out and just having a clean, nice area to hang out and actually enjoy the land versus everything just being a mess. So Katie made a little fire pit right there. We made some trails. I'm continuing to make more trails, and she's cleaning up sticks on trails and kind of keeping this area clean. But I really like the park. And it's mowed, it's mowable. And then the camper's right there. We have a propane light lantern that we put up in the trees at night. It's really nice. So one thing that my neighbor was talking about, which I guess I should have thought of before, is dropping all the dead trees right away. So now that you look up, you realize like that tree is dead. It's pretty big and it's dead. This one right here is huge and it's dead. I guess we couldn't really see it before because there were so many other trees in the way. But I think my plan right now is to hold off on dropping any of these trees until winter. And once winter hits and I'm bored and I got nothing to do, I'll come up here and I'll drop all the dead trees. So I think what I'll have Katie do in the interim is mark them all. So, because in the winter they all look dead. And then we'll drop them then. So anyway, this is the rest of the road going up. So drop some more trees. Dug out some stumps so I can get the backhoe up and back here. So, if you look back behind us, still need to drop a couple more trees. Like I think that's going to have to go. The one behind it. That pine tree right there, and I think that one's gonna have to go as well, way down there. And then this driveway's on a little bit of a slope, so we have to kind of re-angle it and whatnot. Well, that's later on down the road. So I'm digging out stumps, and now we start to get back to where the house is gonna be. So straight ahead is kind of the parking area. And then over here is the first area that we're clearing to kind of figure out where the house is actually going to go. So I started clearing this, started cutting out trees. Aaron was here on Saturday or Sunday helping me. And then we'll start this fire as soon as the wind dies down and it's either raining or it just rained. We'll start this fire and then we'll start adding all this brush to it and start clearing this area out. Okay. So other than that, spoke to an architect today about timeline. It's still doable to put a foundation in and maybe frame this place by the winter. We're cutting it close. It's July 20th. I think that's it.